Bimi, 28 years old male, work as a back-end developer for a mid-sized logistics company. The job is fully remote, which sounds like a dream to most people, but creates a very specific kind of hell if you do not have a social life. Live in a rainy city that is gray 9 months out of the year. My apartment is on the fourth floor of a building that was probably nice in the 80s, but now just smells like old carpet and dust. I moved here 2 years ago after a relationship imploded in spectacular fashion. Her name was Vanessa, and she left me for a personal trainer named Jax. Not even joking, the guy's name was actually Jax. Since then, I have convinced myself that I am destined to be the side character in everyone else's life. I wake up, I code, I eat frozen food, I watch streams, I sleep. Repeat this cycle until death. Have zero friends in the city because I work from home and possess the conversational charisma of a damp towel. My family lives 3 states away and we only talk on holidays. Convinced I would die alone and my body would not be found until the rent check bounced. It is a Tuesday in November. Rain is hammering against the window like it is trying to break in. I am debugging a messy database migration that has been giving me a headache since morning. Stomach growls loudly. Realize I have not eaten anything but a granola bar since yesterday. Walk to the kitchen and open the fridge. Inside is a half-empty jar of pickles, some expired milk, and a block of cheddar cheese that has turned hard around the edges. Sigh loudly in the empty apartment. The silence immediately swallows the sound. Decide to order delivery again, even though my bank account is judging me. Sit back down at the desk and put on noise-canceling headphones. About an hour later, I hear a commotion in the hallway. Usually this floor is quiet because most of the residents are older. Take off headphones and listen. Sounds like heavy boxes being dragged and someone struggling with keys. Realize the unit next to mine has been vacant for 3 months. Someone is finally moving in. Instinctive panic sets in. I do not want to interact with neighbors. I do not want to do the awkward hallway nod. I just want to be invisible. Stay inside my apartment for the rest of the evening to avoid any chance of an encounter. 2 days pass. The moving noises stop and are replaced by normal living noises. Faint music, the sound of a vacuum, the shutting of doors. On Thursday evening, I am walking up the stairs because the elevator is broken again. Reach the fourth floor and turn the corner. See a woman standing outside the door of the next apartment. She is struggling with 2 massive grocery bags and trying to unlock her door. She looks about my age, maybe a little younger. Dark hair pulled back in a messy bun, wearing an oversized sweater. I freeze. Do I help? If I help, I have to talk. If I do not help, I am a jerk. My mother raised me better than that, so I take a deep breath and step forward. Excuse me, do you need a hand with those? She jumps slightly and turns around. One of the bags slips from her grip. I lunge forward and catch it before it hits the dirty hallway carpet. "Oh my God, thank you," she says, letting out a breathless laugh. She has a warm voice, not guarded like most people in this city. I thought I could make it in one trip, but I clearly overestimated my upper body strength, she jokes. I hand the bag back to her as she gets the door open. No problem, I say, looking at my shoes. I'm Elias, by the way. I live right there. I point to my door. She smiles, and it is a genuine smile that reaches her eyes. Nice to meet you, Elias. I'm Livia. Sorry for all the noise the past few days. I didn't hear anything, I lie. Well, thanks for the save. See you around, she says and disappears into her apartment. I unlock my door and rush inside. Lean against the door and exhale. Heart is pounding way too fast for a 30-second interaction. Feel pathetic for being this rattled by a basic human interaction. Go back to my computer and try to focus. A few days go by. The hallway starts to smell different. Usually it smells like stale air and cleaning chemicals. Now it smells like garlic, roasted onions, and fresh bread. The smell seeps under my door and fills my living room. It is torturous because I am eating a microwave burrito that tastes like wet cardboard. I find myself pausing work just to smell the air. She must be cooking constantly. Saturday comes around. I am planning to spend the entire weekend playing a new RPG that just came out. Around 6 in the evening, there is a soft knock on my door. I freeze. Nobody knocks on my door. Delivery drivers just leave the bag and run, creep to the peephole and look through. Hallway is empty. Confused, I unlock the deadbolt and open the door. Look down. Sitting on my doormat is a plastic container with a blue lid. There is a yellow sticky note attached to the top. Pick it up. The container is warm. Read the note, made way too much lasagna. Please save me from eating this for a week straight. Livia, look at the door next to mine. It is closed. Bring the container inside and set it on my kitchen counter. Stare at it like it is an alien artifact. Why would she do this? We spoke for 30 seconds. Is it poisoned? Paranoia from too many true crime podcasts kicks in. Shake my head. Do not be ridiculous, Elias. Open the lid. The smell hits me instantly. Rich tomato sauce, melted mozzarella, basil, and sausage. Stomach roars in anticipation. Grab a fork and take a bite right out of the container. Holy smokes. It is the best thing I have tasted in years, maybe the best thing I have ever tasted. Eat the entire thing standing up in the kitchen. Scrape the corners of the container to get every bit of cheese. Feel a warmth spread through my chest that has nothing to do with the temperature of the food. Wash the container immediately. Dry it carefully. Now I have a problem. I need to return the container. Do I knock? That feels intrusive. Do I leave it outside her door? Decide to leave it outside her door with a note. Spend 20 minutes staring at a blank piece of paper trying to figure out what to write. Thanks seems too short. I love you is obviously grounds for a restraining order. Settle on. This was incredible. Thank you so much. You saved me from a frozen pizza. Elias, wait until I hear her TV go quiet late at night. Open my door quietly and place the clean container and note on her mat. Retreat to my cave. Go to sleep feeling oddly hopeful. Monday evening. Come home from a rare trip to the grocery store where I bought actual vegetables. Find another container outside my door. This time it is beef stew with homemade rosemary focaccia wrapped in foil. Note says, rainy days require stew. Let me know if it is too salty. Bring it inside. It is not too salty. It is perfect. The meat falls apart with a spoon. The bread is soft and chewy. Sit on my couch eating stew and watching the rain slide down the glass. Feel like I am part of something even though I am alone. This continues for 3 weeks. It becomes a routine. Every 2 or 3 days I find food outside my door. Chicken curry with naan, homemade dumplings, a slice of chocolate cake. I always return the containers clean with a thank you note. Start adding little doodles to the notes. A smiley face, a crude drawing of a cat. She starts replying to the doodles. She draws a better cat next to mine. We are having a conversation without speaking. Start to wonder about her life. Does she cook for a living? Does she have a boyfriend? I never hear male voices from her apartment. Only music and the sound of cooking shows. One Wednesday I am walking up the stairs, carrying a box of electronics for work. Livia is coming down the hall carrying a trash bag. We almost collide. Whoa, careful, she laughs. Sorry, I was looking at the tracking number, I stammer. How was the curry, she asks casually. It was amazing. Seriously, you should open a restaurant, she blushes slightly. I actually work at a bakery downtown, but I love cooking savory stuff at home. Well, you are very talented. I feel guilty that I have nothing to offer in return except clean Tupperware. She waves her hand dismissively. Don't worry about it. I cook to relax. If you didn't eat it, it would go to waste. I hate wasting food. Well, I am happy to be your garbage disposal, I say, instantly regret the phrasing. She laughs loudly. I will keep that in mind, Elias. She walks past me to the trash chute. I unlock my door and feel a smile stuck on my face. Catch a glimpse of myself in the hallway mirror. I look less tired than usual, decide to do something, cannot cook to save my life. But I am good with computers, and I noticed she was struggling with her Wi-Fi setup when she moved in. Write a note. If you ever need tech support or help with the internet, I am your guy. It is the least I can do for the food. Leave it with the returned curry container. 2 days later, knock on my door. It is Saturday afternoon. Open the door. Livia is standing there holding a laptop. Hi, I am taking you up on your offer. My laptop is running slower than a snail and I have a Zoom call with my parents tomorrow. Come in, I say, stepping aside. Panic internally because my apartment is messy. Quickly kick a pile of laundry behind the sofa as she walks in. Nice place, she says politely, though my place is bare compared to the glimpses I have seen of hers. Thanks, grab a seat. Let me take a look, sit at my desk and she pulls up a chair next to me. Smell her perfume, vanilla and something floral, try to focus on the screen. Her hard drive is full of massive photo files and some bloatware. You have 4 different antivirus programs running at the same time, I note. Is that bad, she asks. It is like having 4 bouncers at the door all fighting each other, I explain. She laughs. Fix me, wizard. Spend an hour cleaning up her laptop. We talk while I work. Learn she moved here from Chicago. She wanted a fresh start too. She does not mention an ex and I do not ask. Learn she hates horror movies but loves documentaries about ocean life. Learn she is allergic to peanuts. Finish the cleanup and hand the laptop back. Try it now, I say. She opens a browser and it loads instantly. Wow. You are a genius, just a guy who spends too much time with machines. Thank you, Elias, seriously. Anytime. She stands up to leave, pauses at the door. Hey, I am making tacos tonight, fresh tortillas, do you want to? Come over and eat them fresh, they get soggy in the plastic containers. Heart stops, this is it, this is a social interaction. I would love that, I say. Great, come over around 7, she leaves. Spend the next 2 hours nervously cleaning my apartment even though she is not coming here. Shower, shave, put on a clean shirt that is not a graphic tee. 7 o'clock strikes. Walk the 5 feet to her door and knock. She opens it wearing an apron over jeans and a t-shirt. Right on time, come on in. Her apartment is the same layout as mine but looks completely different. Plants everywhere. Warm lighting with lamps instead of the harsh overhead light. Rugs on the floor. Books stacked on every surface. It feels like a home. Smells like spices and lime. Sit at her small kitchen table. She puts a plate of tacos in front of me. Carnitas with pickled onions and salsa verde, she announces. Take a bite. Close my eyes. Livia, this is criminal. It is too good. She beams and sits across from me. We eat and talk. For the first time in 2 years, I am having a real conversation. Tell her about my job, about the ridiculous bugs I have to fix. Tell her about growing up in Ohio. She tells me about her crazy Italian family. She tells me about her dream to open her own catering business one day. We drink a couple of beers. Time disappears. Look at the clock and realize it is midnight. Oh wow, I should let you sleep, I say, standing up. Thanks for coming over, Elias. It was nice to have company. Yeah, it was really nice. Walk back to my door, feel a strange sensation in my chest, realize it is happiness, terrifying, fragile happiness. Weeks turn into months. We fall into a rhythm. We eat dinner together 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes at her place, sometimes at mine, though we always eat her food. I start buying ingredients for her. I saw these nice bell peppers at the market, I say, handing her a bag. She turns them into stuffed peppers that blow my mind. We watch movies on her couch. My shoulder brushes hers. I want to put my arm around her, but I am too scared, terrified of ruining the friendship. What if she just sees me as the lonely neighbor she pities? What if I am just a project to her? The voice of my ex, Vanessa, creeps into my head. You are boring, Elias. You have no spark. Start to pull back a little. Decline a dinner invite saying I have extra work. Spend the night eating cereal and feeling miserable. Hear her moving around next door, wonder if she misses me. A week passes with limited contact, just wave to her in the hall. She looks confused and a little hurt. Hate myself for doing this, but the fear is paralyzing. Then I get sick, really sick. Wake up Tuesday morning shivering violently. Throat feels like I swallowed broken glass, can barely stand up. Drag myself to the kitchen for water, collapse back into bed, fever dreams take over. Lose track of time, wake up and the room is dark. Phone shows it is Wednesday night, have not eaten or drank anything in nearly 2 days. Knock on the door, ignore it, knock gets louder. Elias, are you in there? It is Livia. Try to yell go away, but it comes out as a croak. Hear the doorknob jiggle. Elias, I haven't seen you for days and I can hear you coughing. Open the door or I am getting the super to open it. Crawl out of bed. Wrapped in a blanket, unlock the door and stumble back. She pushes the door open, looks at me and her face goes pale. Jesus, Elias, you look like death. Flu, I whisper. She immediately goes into commander mode. Places a hand on my forehead. You are burning up, get back in bed. Too weak to argue, collapse onto the mattress. She disappears, returns with a glass of water and ibuprofen. Drink this, all of it. She leaves again. Returns 10 minutes later with a damp cloth, puts it on my forehead. I am sorry, I mumble. SHH, save your energy. She stays for a while. I drift in and out of sleep. Wake up and she is sitting in my desk chair reading a book. You stayed, I ask. Didn't want you to die alone in here, she says softly. The words hit me hard. That is my biggest fear, I admit, the fever making me honest. What, dying alone, being found weeks later? She puts the book down and comes over to the side of the bed. You are not going to die alone, Elias, you have friends. I have you, I say. Yeah. You have me, she brushes hair off my forehead. Her hand is cool and soft. Why did you pull away last week, she asks, cannot lie to her now. Scared, I thought you were just being nice because you felt sorry for the pathetic guy in Unit 404. She looks angry for a second. You are an idiot, a smart idiot, but an idiot, she sighs. I cook for you because I like you. I hang out with you because you are funny and kind and you listen to me when I ramble about sourdough starters. Stare at her. You like me? Yes, Elias, I like you. Silence in the room, only the sound of rain against the window. I like you too, a lot. She smiles, a small sad smile. Good, now go back to sleep. We can talk about this when you are not contagious. She leaves but leaves the door unlocked so she can check on me. Sleep for 12 hours straight. Wake up feeling weak but human again. Fever has broken. Walk into the living room. There is a pot of chicken soup on the stove. Note on the counter, eat, text me when you are awake. Eat 2 bowls of soup. It heals my soul. Text her. Alive, soup is magic. She comes over 10 minutes later. Stands in the doorway. Feeling better, she asks. Much thanks to you. Good. So, I start feeling nervous again about what I said when I was delirious. Yeah, I meant it. She steps inside and closes the door. I meant it too. Walk over to her. She looks up at me, take a risk and wrap my arms around her. She melts into the hug, smells like vanilla and rain. I am still germy, I warn her. I have a strong immune system, she says. She kisses me. It is tentative at first, then deeper. Feel the last 2 years of loneliness shatter. Realize I was never invisible, just hiding. 6 months later, my lease is up. Her lease is up. We are looking at a 2-bedroom apartment down the street. It has a massive kitchen. Think of all the dinner parties we can host, she says. Dinner parties, that involves people, I joke. You are getting better at people, she nudges me. I am getting better at one person, I correct her. We move in together in June. Life is not perfect. We argue about whose turn it is to do dishes. I still get anxious sometimes, but I am not lonely. Come home from work, I go into the office twice a week now. Open the door, smell roasting chicken and thyme, hear her singing along to the radio in the kitchen. Walk in and wrap my arms around her waist. She leans back against me. Hey you, she says. Hey, I reply. Look around the apartment filled with our combined stuff. My gaming PC next to her cookbooks. Realize the prophecy was wrong. I was convinced I would die alone. But all it took was a little bit of kindness and a lot of lasagna to change everything. Sometimes the world is cold and gray, but sometimes a neighbor drops food outside your door, and you just have to be brave enough to open it.
And invite them in and